In the red corner, representing the classics. An aspiring but hopeless hockey player with superhuman slapshot power who uses this otherwise useless skill to climb the ranks of professional golf to save his grandmother's house from being lost. Coming in at 92 minutes, starring Adam Sandler and Christopher McDonald, Happy Gilmore!
You suck, jackass!
And in the blue corner, representing the schlock, a middle-aged, schlubbish TV technician and world-class competitor in arcade games from the early 80s, who uses this otherwise useless skill to save the world from an invasion by aliens who have chosen to take the form of classic arcade game characters after seeing a video of a video game tournament that NASA sent into space for some reason. Coming in at 105 minutes, starring Adam Sandler and Kevin James, Pixels!
That's President Kevin James.
Right, that's true. That's true.
And I see what you did there, Dan.
What did I do?
The otherwise useless skills. Yeah, that's very clever.
Thank you. And I say that because I didn't realize until I was like halfway through Happy Gilmore that these two movies are a lot more similar than I originally thought. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like he follows a format.
Yeah.
It's almost.
Yeah. Nope, go.
I will say that I had a better time watching these movies than I kind of thought I would. I was worried because I know Adam Sandler, right? And this movie made me like
you know him personally?
Question myself. I know him. Yeah.
You know Adam? Come on, Adam.
I mean Adam. He goes by. I call him Addy.
You both went. You both bar mitzvah relatively the same time.
We did. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. But it made me really question how I look at Adam Sandler. I'm not gonna lie. This week it made me do some real reflecting. I think because I was worried Happy Gilmore wasn't gonna hold up, and it holds up pretty well in my opinion.
Pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Pixels wasn't bad. It's pretty dumb. It's pretty dumb.
Wow, that's bad too, though.
But as soon as you accept that it's just a stupid movie, which you pick up on pretty fast once you learn that Kevin James is president of the United States.
Yeah.
Then you can buckle up for the ride.
All right,
and
but
it's
I'd
a great
argue
time.
that there's a lot of bad things they did with their stupid movies. So
yes. Oh, there are.
But that's because you hate fun, Sean.
you don't like monkeys playing sports, so we have
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you don't like movies about small-dicked porn stars, so
I do not. That is correct.
So then we
I am very
have
biased.
reached an accord, sir.
Well, let's just jump into it right away. Let's not even mess around this week. Let's jump into story because I want to talk about some story. So, round one, freaking story good. Boom. So,
Yeah.
here's the first thing I'm going to say. I'm going to jump in with some realness. I'm
Do it.
jumping in with the realness. Happy Gilmore, because it's like the first one, right? Happy Gilmore was before Billy Madison.
I think Billy Madison was the first one, yeah.
Okay, regardless.
Same writers for Pixels, Happy Gilmore, and Billy Madison,
Wasn't it Adam Sandler? Didn't he write all of them?
and his college friend.
The guy who plays the homeless caddy, right?
No, not him.
Oh, okay.
But Happy Gilmore, it comes across like, so he is like, the story of that is about, he is this schlub. That's like Adam Sandler's thing. That's his shtick, is the schlub, to making his schlock. And he plays this kind of guy who wears hockey jerseys to any event and, like very not hoity-toity, right? He's the average guy stereotype. So he comes in and it's like professional golf, which is like notoriously snooty and like exclusive and exclusionary and all this kind of stuff. So it comes across a little bit like maybe how Adam Sandler was being treated in Hollywood. You know what I mean? That Hollywood is exclusive and hoity-toity and like wants to take itself very seriously and doesn't take kindly to someone just wanting to come and do things that like make people want to watch. And like, you may not like it, but it has viewers, and those viewers are just as entitled to have something to watch as anyone else. And I started thinking about that and thinking about my own fucking kind of hoity-toity attitude towards Adam Sandler. And I was like, I think I'm the golf snob in this scenario. And it just made me, it actually set me up to watch Pixels in a better way. Because I was like, this is, and it's also for him. It's like, I don't care. Adam Sandler's like, I want to make movies that I think are fun. And like, I don't give a shit what, like, he doesn't give a fuck about the Oscars. He doesn't give a shit about, like, he doesn't care. He's not trying to make those movies. Mm-hmm. And I kind of think that's dope. Rant over.
Okay.
Wasn't Adam Sandler like, because he had Billy Madison first, and then that was kind of his, because he was on what, SNL,
yep.
And then he kind of broke out with Billy Madison. So by the time that Happy Gilmore came around, he was kind of he was already kind of A-list,
he was a star.
right?
He was a pretty big star.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that makes sense that he'd kind of like broken into the upper echelon of Hollywood and realized that they were all kind of pompous douches.
Yeah,
he's walking and being like, hey, and they were
making $20 million more than than Godfather 3 or whatever was being released around the same time.
I'm sure there were tons of Shooter McGavin types being like, I'm the real focus here. Don't pull my focus. Like,
we've all worked with them.
I'm what the viewers want, or I'm what they want. Yeah,
Yeah.
So there might be some meta stuff in there, and it just it changed me watching this movie again, because I've seen it many times in my life. Happy Gilmore. Not Pixels.
I love the theory, but after watching a lot of Adam Sandler movies, I have to imagine that you're giving him far too much credit.
Maybe.
I think you are.
I don't know. I'm just saying I need to take a step back and reevaluate it all. Because as we know, Adam Sandler, as we've seen, he clearly, when he wants to, can do incredible work.
Brilliant stuff.
That's true. That's true.
Incredible serious turns, dramatic turns, romantic turns. He can do it.
Yeah. So I guess the question is it a style he's chosen, or is it a style that he's just comfy in and can't really be bothered to push that when he's getting an all expenses paid trip to wherever these films are being made, and he can bring his family, and in this case put his family in the film.
Yes.
And he can
well, I think that he's kind of just stumbled into realizing that people enjoy watching Adam Sandler just wear fucking shorts and sweaters and be Adam Sandler for
around.
An hour and a half.
And honestly, I would not do any different. If I could make a paycheck going to places on some company dime and like barely trying, I would do that. No hesitation.
But I don't know. I mean, now, like the movies he makes now, yeah, sure, barely trying, absolutely. But a lot, like most of his earlier movies,
he's trying tons. But like, he was not present for Pixels in any of those scenes.
I mean,
I don't know.
When he gets to try and kiss the pretty girl, sure, he's there. But like,
well, I was gonna say,
man,
like, we can talk about this more later. But I'm slightly embarrassed to admit how charming I thought his relationship with her was.
What the fuck is wrong? What?
Yeah, I know. But I know when it started, I was like, oh, here we go again. Fucking classic story of like smoking hot girl who falls for the fucking schlubby fucking everyman who doesn't brush his teeth because he doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Zero effort, other than like being coy.
And like nagging the shit out of her.
Yeah, and being like, oh, you don't want to kiss me? Why? Because you're a prude? He's like, no, maybe she's in an emotional state and kissing her right then would have been a shitty thing to do as a human being.
You walked into her closet while she was crying alone when she doesn't know you, and then you leaned in to kiss her.
And then I was like, you're a snob.
Yeah, so that all of that was awful. But as it like evolved, and again, this is after I had kind of like resigned myself to the fact that I was watching a ridiculous film. Like there was no hoping for any kind of realism or like grounded narrative in this movie.
No.
Right.
So I was just kind of I bought in fully, and I was fucking into it, man.
And I'll say I can kind of agree.
Thank you.
The movie is doing a good job at doing like movie manipulation.
Yeah.
The situation is fucked, but they're
so fucked.
but they're like, the actors are acting like it's normal and it's okay, that you're like, aw. But when you think about it, you're like, oh, every woman in this movie is a trophy, including the woman who's a literal trophy at the end of the movie. This isn't game of the week is